going to be coming out. Okay, and I can guarantee you that.
And it all stemmed from the other day when they were ripping the guy apart when he was on live in boxes. And then all of a sudden it got a bit heated for him. Yes, it did in the boxes because he was in boxes. He was in haters boxes and he was ripped apart. And then all of a sudden, oh, I'm gone. Listen, R.I.P. to the man. Rest in peace if he is gone. But if he isn't gone, the rest of them is involved. Every single one of them is involved in it.
People are waiting for you to platform him. Who's him?
Johnny's not gone because that's what Max said tonight. That's what the brother said. He's not passed away.
But how do we know it's the brother?
It's messed up.
How do we know it's the brother?
I thought it was really weird, right? When I phoned Max and she was crying hysterically, right? Even though, right, she'd already gone into Pearl's box. Why would she go into Pearl's box? You know what? Because it's a big platform. She went into Pearl's box. Then they said, blamed me. Said because of what I said about Tim, and then said not to talk about it. Next minute, EQ's live, calls a cucumber, blaming me. You know, we hadn't had no tears.
Yeah.
By the way, Max, just so you know, I don't know if you know this, I'm taking you further, yeah, for malicious communications, maybe even possible more for what you try to blame me for, okay? Maybe you got your information correct before making such a statement towards me.
Yeah, that's what I don't get. She called EQ come in your box, called you what she called you. Max was okay in her box even when...
Yes, it doesn't make sense, doesn't add up to me.
Even say why would you say such a thing? Why would you say such a thing? Yeah. I'd have pulled somebody up even if it's like saying they admitted it. Why?
That's because she's a liar. Why would you go into a box of someone that called someone a murderer and then laugh?
I don't believe Max in any way, shape or form.
No,
I do not believe her in any way, shape or form. I believe she is behind something that the app doesn't know, and I think she's very, very dangerous. And the reason is, how does Max know the brother? When Max apparently, now this is hearsay through the app, she's met him once when he came to London and Kensington. The house was in Kensington. Remember, this was said on the app, but that was the once apparently she met him. Is there any proof of that?
I don't know.
No.
No.
I really think you're all involved. I said it. I had my doubts for a while, to be fair, and it didn't add up to me. But however, you know, not who's going to lie about something like that, you know. So I do believe it was set up by all of them. I think they're all involved.
It's just one big mess. It's like he passed away at 5 o'clock, or just gone 5 o'clock, and that's when Pearl was supposed to be outing people. And I don't know, it's just weird. I don't know, I can't get my head around it.
I'm very strange behaviour.
Huh?
Very strange behaviour. But I think it's very strange behaviour from, I think the app is sort of separated into sort of groups, which is really strange for me because I don't separate into groups. But I see the different groups in it.
You know why I think that's a setup with all of them, right? I do believe that because it's gone terribly wrong and that they found out that Toxic Dan was going to dig deeper into his private life and things, they thought they're going to have to do something. Tim said to Max, listen, just let me take the blame because you're on TikTok still. I don't want to be on TikTok anymore. Just let me take the blame. And I reckon they've come up with another lie because let's not forget what Max said in EQ's box, right? Those messages that I sent Tim, right after, and that was the day when Luke had Tim in his box, right? Remember? Yes, questioning him, and I sent her a message when Tim was in Luke's box. I sent her the message, right, that she's talking about. So she happened to send that message to Tim that night.
So you sent her a
she
private
happened
message.
to speak to Tim that night. Hi, Tim. I just want to let you know, here's a message from Angie. or did she do it within 5 minutes, 10 minutes? I think it's very strange. Did she even say whether she spoke to Tim that night? Because what
But
I'm trying to
the
say
thing about
is,
it is,
right,
Ange,
she would have spoken to him about Luke. Yeah, are you okay? Maybe. Yeah, are you okay? But why is she talking on me? Oh, by the way, here we go. This is what Angie also thinks of you. Do you know what I mean?
and the thing is, first of all, who honestly has brought it to the app? Who honestly knows that the man passed? No one.
Me personally,
So you're
though,
going on hearsay of obviously her, what she's saying. Oh, I'm best friend. So it could be another fucking storyline. No one
so
knows.
but
This
think,
app
think
is
about
like
it.
EastEnders.
Think about it though, personally. If you are like if you are good friends with somebody and you've got another friend that's slating them, I wouldn't be about to stand. I wouldn't be in the middle and go, "Oh, this is what they're saying." I'd just like to say to him, "Right, let's get in a call or let's do it." Why would you just be forwarding stuff on to make somebody feel bad if they are in that bad
And
place?
and just to go from that, I can't remember who said it or what, but somebody said this isn't the first time he's done it. But
Yeah, I heard that.
somebody also did say that Billy on his Rent-A-Gov account has got 3 videos, and one of those videos shows the passport that Tim supposedly sent to Luke, which had some very weird inconsistencies. That give him his dues. Billy, like, uh, give him his dues. He does his job. Okay, I got to give him his dues for that. But if you look at I think there's 3 videos on his page, where someone said he wasn't happy or something about it, and that he's gone into detail on the passport and whatever. But somebody also did say, I can't remember who it was on the app, but someone said this isn't the first time that Tim has done it.
Yeah, I heard that earlier on, Smiles. But the main thing is, who brought it to the app? Who was the first person on the app that said he had passed?
I don't know.
Max.
Was it
Well,
Matt?
Max and
then
Pearl's
it all
box.
boils down. It all boils down to Max.
So
So
now ask yourself
that's
this.
where the focus should be.
And ask yourself this question, Johnny, yeah? Well, if your friend has passed away and he meant a lot to you, or she meant a lot to you,
Would you come on
would you be
Would
on
you come on
TikTok
here?
within 15 minutes of that person passing?
No,
Exactly.
Exactly. That's because she was involved. That's my opinion. I'm entitled to it. I
Yeah,
think
I
she's
can't.
You bring it
actually.
down to the first person that brought it to the app, and if it was Max, then you boil down to her. You look at her and say, is she credible? Is she not credible?
It was
How
apparently
often does
Billy.
she?
it was Billy. It was actually Billy.
How often
Actually,
has she met this guy? She has apparently. Now this is apparently. She's met him once when he came to London to his place, and
See,
then
I
went.
did.
Apparently, it was a family place. None of us know that's true, either.
See, I did think it was a little bit weird that it was brought to the app like 15 minutes after he died.
Yeah, very very strange.
But I just think if what they're saying now is true that he isn't dead, then I'm sorry, but that's a really really sick thing to start lying about.
But honestly, if the guy has passed, may he rest in peace. But if it's someone else making something up about this guy, that is horrendous.
it's horrible anyway.
I mean, they're talking across the app. Is he alive? Is he not alive? How disgusting is that?
But the trouble is, they're saying it because nobody knows, do they? Apart from certain people.
Well, it came from. You need to pinpoint the number one that it came from, and if it came from Max, well, that's where the information came from. That's where it lies. Whether it's right or
Has
wrong,
even
that's
rang
where it
Max
lies.
tonight? I wouldn't even pick up the phone to him if he rang me.
We
if
don't
he
know
had done
that.
that to me.
Say what, Diana?
He's rang Max tonight, someone said.
Yeah, I wouldn't go with that.
Oh, I think that is on one of Billy's videos as well. I think.
But listen, this is all hearsay. This is the thing. No one knows. Is this a fucking storyline? If it's a storyline, it's a fucking sick storyline, and Max needs to be ashamed of herself.
I'm sorry, but she come in here crying. Can you stop
I'm
talking
taking it
about it? And
further
then she
with
went
her.
into
That's
EQs all
what she did
straight
was
face.
malicious communication sitting there putting that blame on me. I believe it. I'm going to take it further, and let me tell you why. Because I've got a suspicion that she was involved in such a sick thing like this. That's my opinion, and I'll find out if it's true.
Do you know what? Seeing you how you were,
That's how
Anne,
mad I am.
seeing you how you were, all I wanted to do was come to you and just give you the massive heart because I genuinely felt really bad for you.
That's it.
My
How
heart
many
was
people
breaking.
on this app, right? Not just Angie's platform, but everybody else's platform, have felt a kind of way hearing that news.
Yeah.
I
But we all
sat
sat
there.
down and
You know what,
cried.
Katie? Guys, I sat there reading that statement, crying my eyes out.
I
No?
know.
I was on the
You
phone
know.
to Eternity crying.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't come off TikTok because all I kept thinking of the things that I'd said about him on my platform. Yeah, where it was just to have an opinion. But however, I thought, oh my gosh, no, he's not here anymore. And then of course Max has gone and done that, but on EQ's platform, made out like it's something to do with me. Do you know what I mean? Well, I said this and that to him, which wasn't to Tim. I sent it to her, and a text message about Tim. You know what I mean? And she's obviously showed him.
But it shouldn't
But
have been disclosed
I
because it
couldn't
was
even
personal
sleep
message.
thinking, oh my
I
gosh,
was
this
worried
is
for
that.
you.
Yeah. Gems wants the box, Ange.
And I'll say one thing here, regardless, and I'm gonna address the comments here as well. I do not care who said what in whose box
Do you
or
think
who
so,
has
Coco
this
Chanel?
video. Is the simple thing is none of this has came from Tim's family whatsoever. This is all hearsay through Max. No one else has any information from that family, from the immediate family whatsoever. You're going on the back of what Max is saying. Do you believe her? I don't. End of.
Yeah, there's no. Yeah, I get where you're coming from there, Johnny. There's no I know we shouldn't be asking for evidence in a time like this. No, we shouldn't. But we are just going on what people are saying.
Exactly.
Can I just say
So if I
something?
said I'm a millionaire on this app, are you just going to run with it?
It was breaking our hearts, wasn't it, Attorney? Seeing Angie in the state she was in.
Don't go with what you see on another person's life. There is nothing here on this app to prove that this man is gone or not gone. You haven't heard it from any family member on this app whatsoever. You've heard it from another TikToker
That's
on
true. We've
this
heard
app.
it from Max. Has she actually shown this evidence?
But now,
Has she actually spoken to someone on the phone?
And
from
I
the
think
messages that she relayed tonight, so she relayed every single message from the sister. Yeah, apparently the sister. Then it
Sister.
turned out right at the end.
Someone
the
said, look
sister-
at Billy's
the
new
sister was
post.
Tim.
he's got Billy's got 3 posts up there, Ange, and Gemzino wants the box.
I can't see
Yeah.
Billy's post. He must have blocked me.
Yeah, he's got 3 posts up on his page.
It's just awful.
Yes.
The old.
And
Here
I'm
we go.
also sat enough
Please.
lives now to see exactly what Timothy has been doing and send it to people. So, in one live,
Oh, what happened?
he even sent Luke the judge a photo of his passport. Well, now we're going to look at that picture properly because it's fake. And I'm going to show you, and you've got 10 seconds to tell me what's wrong.
See it. It says date of birth. Is there anything? Oh, it's expiry date, isn't expiry date is wrong.
Let me go and have a look. What?
Listen to what
Because
Billy
it was
says
early
next.
date.
Listen to what
Expiry
Billy
date.
says next.
You are good at looking at stuff.
The faded lettering, the cut-off G in August, the inconsistencies.
It's also expiry date's usually about 15 years. So they usually
No. You only have a 10-year passport.
Is it 10 years?
It's
10-year
saying
passport.
Exist on a legitimate
Look at
passport.
the G.
It's manufactured and it's a prop and nothing more. But after Max's
Do you think it was a bit of a commenting?
Well, apparently he's done this before, so I don't know.
ended, her phone rang, and guess who it was? Timothy. Not a grieving family member. Not
If he was a con man, this is the thing about it I don't get. Because
Timothy.
he was passing money across. So why would he be the con man if he's passing money
And
across?
Max absolutely lost his shit. as she should, because after everything he's put her through, she made it clear that she didn't want to fucking talk to him, not after what he had done to her. So yeah, let's just say it plainly. Timothy is alive. He's conned everyone with this twisted storyline and dragged people through emotional hell for nothing but attention. This, without a doubt,
But
has
we also
become
gotta
one of the
realise
biggest
that
talking
Billy-
points of this year. But mental health
Billy is
crisis or
also
not,
a
we
friend.
aren't going to let that slide. Because you do not get to pretend to be two brothers, a sister, and then reinvent yourself 8 hours later as a dying man on life support. He played a role and he didn't even project it that perfect either on Monday, and by the same evening he declared himself a half dead. This wasn't confusion, this wasn't a slip, it was calculated, performed and fucking cruel. And now the truth is finally out. And we don't.
My thing about it is, where is the cover up for Dame? It seems to be a big cover up for Dame because no one is mentioning his name whatsoever in this.
Do you know what everybody's missing out though? Is that Angie needs a massive, massive apology.
Oh no,
Yeah,
she's
exactly.
already said that she's not going. But where's all the receipts in, Max? Because I've spoken
There's
to
no receipts
someone.
at all,
Can I
Ange.
just say something? I've spoken to someone. You don't have to apologise to me, Max, just like you said you're not going to, and that's fine. You know, because you know what you did to me made me feel in a shit way. Now, if you and your friend want to play sick, silly buggers like you did, play it with each other, right? But however, you brought me into this, yeah, and made me feel like I was to blame. Do you not know I hadn't slept? I was thinking all sorts in my head. It was something I thought, oh my God, could I actually live with this? No, not saying that I was blamed directly for it, but actually for the things I've said, and this man's not here anymore. That's how you made me feel, Max. Yeah, and let me tell you, I've spoken to someone tonight. There's more information that's going to be coming out, Max. Yeah,
I think as well.
and that's all I'm going to say on the matter.
The biggest question is why? Why would he do such a thing? Why? It started with him having a relationship with Dame, and why? It's gone above and beyond.
Eternity.
I don't
Money was
understand why.
involved.
But you
There
know,
was money involved. When the money got involved, excuse me, and when the money got involved, things got out of hand.
But he had money. I don't get it. This is what I
Yeah,
don't understand.
but when Dean
no,
was
I don't think
involved,
it's money.
it was
I don't
money
think
got
it's
involved there. Yeah, it was, Ange. 100% it was.
I
And
don't
is
know.
Jem, is
You know
Jem
what
still
I
in the
think? Should I
box?
tell you why he did? I think he did it because the people are going to expose into his life. Like Toxic Dan keeps, he kept. Well, he did. He said he was going to do an exposure on him. I don't think that. I don't think that was on Dame. I think it was. Corey was right. It was on Tim, and that's why. And he thought he had to come off. Why do you think it was the same day Luke dragged him on his platform? And why do you think it was the same day he was dragged in Gossip Girl's live that he decided to do what he did? Because people were saying they're going to dig deep into his personal life and his shit. That's why he decided, what can I do? Oh, okay, I'm going to say that I've died. Make everyone feel bad for dragging me all over their app. Make people feel a certain way. And then, obviously, I'm not going to be exposed because I will be not here.
And
That's
that's
what he did
absolutely
it.
fucking sick.
He did it.
And that is sick.
He did it out of desperation. Not saying what he did was right, because I don't know if that's the right word, to be honest. But he did it because he was desperate, right? Because they were going to expose him.
He was going to be outed then for his wrongs, and
Well,
that is really sick.
I don't know whether he's
Ah.
done anything wrong. I don't know. Maybe he's done anything wrong, but he probably thought, oh, they're
And
going to
the
go
man's in a
into my
different.
family
The man
life.
apparently was in a different country. Yeah, not in the UK. So why would anyone in the UK, what they say or do, even have an impact on his life? It's on and off. He could close that down,
I
go the
am
other
trying,
way,
James.
and get
I am
on with it.
trying.
Do you know what I
It's
mean?
so
So I
bad.
don't understand that.
Do you think we had private conversations with this man as well? Do you know what I mean? We spoke to him. I don't get it. I really don't get it.
And
How?
Eternity, and I don't know if you agree with me on this, but
I just want, can I
they're
just
gonna-
put a message out there, right? If Tim's listening to this, right, you need to contact me, right? If you don't have my number, DM me, right, on one of my accounts, because I want to hear it from you. I don't want to hear it from Max. I don't want to hear it from anyone but yourself, because you put me into this, not you directly, but your friend Max brought me into this, And I think other people maybe have been blamed. I heard, I don't know how true that is, that other people were being blamed. Like I think Toxic Dan said he was. I'm not too sure. And other people. So I think me, and other people that have been blamed deserve an
You.
explanation
Speak for
from
yourself,
Tim
Ange.
and Tim himself. I don't want to hear from Max. I want to hear from Tim.
Exactly.
And I'm not going to be angry. I want to hear him explain. So if you want my number, Tim, DM me. You can DM Eternity. She has it. I give people consent. They've got my number. You know, my new number, Eternity, to give it over to him.
So one question, is this man alive or dead?
Well, Max and Billy is
Alive.
saying he's alive.
Max is saying he's alive.
They both are, Johnny. Billy, I just
But
played the
yet,
video of Billy.
but yet it came from Max that he had passed. So what are we to believe? It came from Max that he had passed. So what are we to believe? She tells he's passed.
Well, this is what I'm
She
trying to
tells
say. I want to hear
he's
from Tim
alive.
himself.
How can you believe her?
If you are listening to this, Tim, right, please do the decent thing and get my number off Eternity, right, or DM me, yeah, because I was in bits.
He needs to get his ass on this app and apologise to you first and foremost.
No, we can do it on the phone. He doesn't need to come on the app. We can do it off TikTok. I just want to hear it from him.
Well, he needs
Because
to
I
apologise
think it's
to you
because,
first.
like I said, Toxic Dan was going to expose him. You know what Toxic Dan's like, digging into people's shit, and that's what that he said he was going to do. He's going to dig deep, and he's got his shipping his pens.
Well,
I don't know, guys. I could be wrong. I have not watched the whole video of Max because I've been doing this, you know. So I don't know. I could have things wrong. I don't know. I need to watch it all.
I do honestly think, Angie, you need to see the screen recordings, like from the start to finish, what Max was saying. I'm not judging or saying that she's right or wrong, but I think you need to listen to it first.
Why? What's
I've
happening?
not watched none of it either because I've been in the room here, in the cult room, Angie's room, constant. But before this happened, it was all that it came from Max, that he was passed, and then all of a sudden it's coming, oh, he's alive. It came from the source. If Max didn't know the truth, why say that on the app?
You know what? They do. I
Other
don't
people,
care about what
other
Max has
people
to
were
say.
accused of things through Max, through her mouth. Other people are accused of being, you were the cause, you were the cause. So hopefully everyone goes back to Max and says, you're the cause for putting it out there.
She said I was the cause. Is that the word she used?
Yeah, that's what she said, didn't she?
I don't know about that, to be honest.
She said many things.
I don't know if that's was that the word she
No,
used?
accused. No, not the cause. She accused people.
So in
Oh, it's
EQ, she wasn't very polite towards you, was she?
Yeah, that's what it was.
And let me point something else out, right? One person in particular needs to come to you and apologise, and because of what EQ said, she needs to apologise to you for getting in your box and saying what she said to you.
EQ did come and gift me. Maybe that's her way of, you know.
Well, that's disgusting. What she said to you was absolutely disgusting. I'm sorry.
I don't want to hear. The thing is, I don't want to hear it from Max. I believe they were all involved. It's my opinion because none of it adds up. They were very casual in the box, you know. It was all casual.
I am trying, Gems. I am
you
trying.
know, and then Max is saying not talk about it, and then she's talking about it, she's crying hysterically, then she's in EQ's box, she's coming on the app 15 minutes for God's sake, after a friend passed. I find that odd. I know, or Billy did, I think it was, Billy did. But then Max came onto the app. When none of it just makes sense. I don't want to hear from anyone. I have a right, and if for anyone else that has been blamed that maybe I'm not aware of, have a right to hear from Tim himself.
Yeah.
Because that messed my head up. That messed other people's head up. I mean, was other people blamed? It probably messed their head up.
We were really worried about you, I'm not going to lie.
I couldn't even
It's how
speak.
you
I
were
didn't want to think
horrible.
about what I'd said to a guy that I thought is not here anymore. And then knowing that Max went on EQ's live, knowing that I'd get a lot of hate for what she's just come out with.
That was
I sent her
heartbreaking
that
seeing
message.
you like that.
Angie, you didn't sleep. I know you've not slept because you keep going over things that you might have said, or what could it be you? What have they said? It's been awful for you, and for what? It's a
And
lie,
for
for
anyone
God's
that
sake.
that says, "Oh, Angie's making about herself," I have a right to make it about myself. I was in bits.
You're not making it about yourself, Ange, whatsoever. Do
I
you know
was in
what?
bits,
I've
and
chatted
anyone
with
else that's
him
been blamed, I don't know
a
if
few
other people
times.
do. Huh?
I put out stuff about mental health, and I put a fucking thing out saying my condolences to his family and stuff as well, and said it straight out there. Everyone has fucking shared it. It's fucking absolutely
There
disgusting.
you go,
And
Jem.
for the wee ones in the comments saying, "Oh, this so that," fuck off. If someone is saying that they're past, listen, I have respect for anyone that's past and their family and their
Well,
friends.
you know
But
what?
I
I'm not
don't.
listening to
What I don't
anything that
have
Max
respect
says.
for, what I don't have respect for, is next Tuesdays on this app running about thinking they know more about people's business and spreading lies on this app.
What I want to
That's
know,
what I do
Jamie,
not like.
yeah, this is a big question that you need to think, guys. Is well, how did her Tim's brother contact Max? Because they wouldn't have each other's phone numbers, so why
It
would
never
he
happened.
contact her?
Never
Yeah,
happened.
last minute, you mean? Yeah, I
We
know
were
what you're
all
saying.
taught. Ever it was
Never
kicking off
happened.
on TikTok. Now, someone said, "No, I don't know the whole. I haven't seen the whole video." But however, yeah, people said that there was like a page on it on Facebook that say, "Oh, it's come about." Yeah, but that was that Max's page or somebody else's?
And let me tell you this: see if one of my family died, that was on this app. I'm not putting that out to the universe. Please take that from me. But see if one of my family died. The last place I would go is on to TikTok to say, "Oh, by the way, see that delusive Angie one, and see that one, and see that one." I wouldn't do it whatsoever. It used to be the last people I would think of ever, ever in my life. The app would be the last thing I would ever think of.
I'm telling you, I believe what happened, right, is they've come up with a story. Let's do this because of what Luke had dragged him on the app for, this Dame situation and everything else. There's a lot more to it. Toxic Damon said he was going to dig deep into his private life. So they came up with this thing that he's not going to be here on the app. He wants to leave the app anyway. So they came up with a story, right? But it backfired on them. So they've come up with another story where Tim has said to
Yes,
Max.
Angie.
One sec, with Tim. Wait a minute. When Tim has said to Max, "Listen, Max, I'm not on the app anymore. I'm living in America. Listen, just blame me, blame me." And Max has now put the blame all on Tim because Tim has said, "Listen, I don't care. I'm not here. I'm walking away from it." So
Then
they've
they're
come up
all
with another
sick.
story.
When you are
Then they're
ready,
all sick.
when you are ready, let me know and I'll say my thing. Yeah.
The one thing
Sorry,
that no
James, I did
one
try and get you in
no one
before.
would ever do is if you lost someone, the last thing you're going to do is come onto this app and say, "Oh, delusive Angie, James, Torian, delusive Smiles, Johnny, Eternity, or Sienna. By the way, I lost someone." That's the fucking last thing on anyone's mind if they
Within
lost someone.
within 15 minutes of the passing as well. I wouldn't be
Exactly.
able to talk. I would
Come
not even be
on,
able
be
to talk or
real.
do nothing.
Think.
James, can we hear what you say? What you think?
Well, the last time I jumped in the box, don't let me speak. No one does.
Come on, James.
Remember,
What is
I'm
it?
not good at speaking in public. So when I'm at my house and I have like a tree, yeah, and a pencil and a piece of paper. I've studied body language from a very young age, right? You can ask Farah. I'm very not psychic, but I'm well known.
You wanted me to put her
I just
in.
know shit. I just know shit. Check this. Let's take it back to when he got kicked out the box. Yeah? Then, let me think. Something happened with Pearl and someone outing somebody, but they didn't say who they was going to out. So that left speculation.
No,
Yeah?
here's a video. They were going to out Tim. It's been
Okay, well-
exposed already. They were going to out Tim. I can play the video again if you want.
Okay, Angie, 1 second, man. At that time, there was speculation of who they were going to out. There might be a video now, but at that time, there was speculation, yeah? You're ready to do your, I'm going to call it leaderboard, because I can't remember what it's called. what's it called? Live performance thing, yeah? 15 minutes, there's the 15 minutes thing. And now I'm losing my breath now because you've all made me fucking forget. So they've outed it and then 15 minutes, within 15 minutes, yeah? But at the same time you're doing leaderboard, the same time you've instantly broke down because you're thinking, oh shit, this is someone's passed away. Like, we can't do this. Like, this is someone's life gone. Like, you're there now. Like, you're frantic. You're thinking, oh my God, I can't even swear. Yeah, my mouth is going dry. The whole app's like upside down because this guy's passed away now. Everyone's watching Angie just like disintegrate, all this shit. Then we start to get on with it again. But everyone in the comments could tell that there was something not right. At that time, everyone could tell. However, it kind of got brushed under the carpet because, I'll be damn honest, I wanted to get in the box as soon as you was crying and say, stop fucking crying. You know this ain't fucking true, Angie. Fix the fuck up and we're going to find out that this ain't true in 24 hours. Let's fucking go, yeah? But I didn't want to be that bad person to jump in and be like, yo, I know that this is a fucking hoax, mate, yeah? This is to see people's reactions, their responses. They wanted you down, like when the glitter bomb came. They're thinking she ain't going to be
I don't think it's anything to do with me. No, it's nothing to do with me. I think it's because
they tried it. They tried it.
No,
However,
James.
hear me out then, yeah? They tried it, because this is the bit that I'm coming to. When they knew that you quick march bounced back, yeah? It's still in your head and you're going to analyse it in a couple of days because we're telling you this, yeah? They had to come with something else. That's why this lady, this Max, who I don't know, could be a boy or a girl, has got this script, what they've read out today. Max and this guy, what was his name, Tim? They knew what they were doing. You're right about Tim being off the app, not caring and all that, yeah? Toxic Dan, Pearl, and I don't really think Luke. However, they all knew something, and they knew. I don't know. I can't say that Pearl didn't know this guy was passed away because through emotion and how she. I don't know, but that's my intake on it, and I forgot.
Like I said, it's very simple. They were going to expose him. He shit his pants.
Oh, they were going to expose you.
No, one sec. They went too far. They were going to expose Tim that same day. It's just a bit of a coincidence. He decides to do it that same day. Yeah. The same day it was in Luke's box. The same day everyone was trying to. Do you know what I mean? Drag him for this Dame situation. Same day that Toxic Dan was going to expose Tim. Then all of a sudden he's now not here anymore.
I still believe they were going to do something to you as well that day.
Mute for a second. I'll play this for you.
Don't you all think that worst game thing?
Because they both fight for the limelight. Thank you, Janice. You can hear it from both of them. Oh, well, I say this and I say that, and they both argue over each other. Thank you, Rosie and Becky.
It was a family business. It was working in the family business. And then he said it was to support him through, whatever you call it, through law.
Yes, exactly, but they still had to work. And
yes,
surely
but he's told two
he wasn't a lazy puppy.
Listen, you've got to be quicker at this. Oh. He's told two...
Imagine him telling her she's got to be quicker. Fucking hell.
Stories. So, one, it was a family shop he was just helping out at. Second, it was to support him going through law school. So that's two stories.
Can we share this live to Tim, please?
No. Why would you share it to Tim? You're not doing an exposure on Tim.
See, they were digging into Tim, right? So because they were digging into Tim, this got back to Tim, and of course Tim shit his pants and thought, what's he going to do? He's going to have to leave the app, and for him to stop this exposure or not, whatever, them digging into his personal life, he's going to say he's dead.
You said you would never do an exposure on Tim. Let's have a little listen. Because your internet footprint will never disappear, Pearl. I'll make sure of that. Thank you, Jess.
Oh, he's got till 5. They can get all the receipts ready then.
He's got till 5 to get all the receipts ready. Has he, Daniel? Something that you just said in the boxes that we would just come to in, you absolutely strenuously denied.
Oh, well. Thank you, my Nettie and Tilly.
It's like explaining to a toddler, isn't it?
So they were blackmailing him. I don't know,
That's
threatening
right,
and whatever
Stacey.
word you
I'm
use.
not siding with any. I don't like Tim and I don't like Dame. So this for me is heaven. Oh, thank you, Welsh Annie. That's all.
They said he's got till 5 o'clock to bring his evidence.
Yeah, but
So
Wait a
I
minute, let me
was going
finish.
to do me exposure on Tim some
Didn't
time
you? We
ago.
said exposure.
Exposure on Tim. You said you wasn't doing it on Tim. You said you were doing it on Ding. Tim.
This is why
Ding.
I believe
Starts with a T.
he did what he
starts with a
did.
D.
Yeah, that was some time ago. And then when I found out that them two were having
It was
it
only
on,
fucking today you've said it. Some
no,
time
I
ago.
knew. I've got. Listen, so I've known about Tim being alive for about a month.
Did you
now.
say today you was doing an exposure on?
No, they have it right. You're annoying me. I'm about to drop in a minute.
What? You said it today.
Thank you,
I'm not
Auntie,
backwards.
my
I know what you
Coming on,
said.
having a chat.
Just pulling people apart, you know.
see, that's silly.
One sec.
Adult, that's
Wait a
silly.
minute. Wait a minute.
Go, please. Corey's about to go mad.
And then they can both discuss what Tim has
But you
brought
still
to the
said it was
app.
an exposure.
They can bring to the app what Tim has discussed. It's too much, isn't it, this morning? It was just
He
thinking.
did. He said today. I know he said today. I'm not backwards.
5
I know
o'clock.
I'm old, but I'm not fucking deaf.
5 o'clock tonight, they're both invited to come up and have a chat.
Thank you, Panda, my love.
So it's not an exposure.
Thank you, Paul.
It depends what Tim brings to the app or what Dames does.
Thank you.
Something that you both just strenuously denied that you were doing. You lied. You lied about saying he's got till 5. Paul, can we get Paul pinned? He just denied saying that, and then Pearl said there was no exposure about him, even though that just came out of Dan's mouth. Both of these are vulgar. They're now having a heated debate
So there you
over on
go.
Pearl.
That's why I believe Tim did what he did.
Either way, Pearl and that other one's involved. Don't care.
Where's
They're
Dean?
involved. Wow.
Where
They're
has
involved.
Dean been from this has all come out? Hayden. Where's all his friends been? Hayden. Have they been live? No.
You see, I kind of agree with Gemma to a point. It might not have been. I think that they might have known about all this, but they used it to bring it out while you was doing what you was doing, Angie. They brought it out at the right time when they felt appropriate to do.
To try and stop you from then
Yeah.
doing
I
the
don't think it's anything to
competition.
do with me, no, because it wasn't nothing to do with me. Because, like I said, this Dame thing, it was in Gossip Girl's lives, in Luke's live. Do you know what I mean?
That's what
It's
they're
with
making
exposure.
you
Yeah,
think
but so why
now.
did you get the blame then?
Yeah, but she
See?
didn't know I was going to message him. Sorry. She didn't know. Max didn't know I was going to message her.
No, but they knew it would affect you big time, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she didn't know I was
Maybe
going to
enough to
message her.
stop you, but maybe enough to stop you from doing the competition.
Yeah, but was it this Max and them that wanted to stop her from doing the
I
competition?
don't think it's to do with the live pro. I
One
think it's to do-
second. Or was it Pearl and that wanted
When
to stop
Tim
Angie
would
doing
not
the
fake his
competition?
death for a lot because I'm doing the live pro.
A competition, for fuck's
No,
sake.
but if you
Who's
didn't
fixing
No,
to
it
death
was
for a
because
competition?
they were going
Be
to
real.
expose. It's because they were going to expose him as a liar.
People
That
will
he
do
probably is
anything.
not. That maybe he's not a solicitor. He's none of these kind of things, and he was going to be exposed. That's why he's come off the app.
No, what I meant is that they probably knew all this information beforehand, but they used your time of going for live pro to bring it out.
No, because Tim went live that same. Not Tim. Toxic Dan went live that same day to say about the exposure. That same day of Luke. Yes, so it's the same day. So it makes sense why you'll pretend, to fake his death because of the exposure. It was all to happen the same day.
Well, what we're going to have to do is every year we're going to have a 1 minute non-silence for Tim, innit? Because really he's not passed away. So usually you have a 1 minute silence.
Well, why have the silence?
This
Stop
time
that.
next year we'll just have the party instead.
James.
No, I tell you what we
Because
do.
at the end of the day, he's a little twat because why is he trying to fuck up shit for the cult, fam?
Listen,
tell you
the
what-
cult has done amazing tonight, and
Exactly,
people are just
so
trying to
put
bring
Tim
Nance
in it.
down, and they ain't going to do it.
No,
Simple
And
as.
listen.
Bun Max and Bun Blood Clark, whatever their names are.
Listen, I tell you what we do, right? Every year, we bring this back on them like they would do to Angie.
Oh,
Well,
what's
Angie
the
did
thing?
this last year. Angie did that last year. How about we now do the same for
No,
them?
I don't think it had
No,
nothing.
how
It's nothing
about-
to do with Live Pro. I don't agree, James. Nothing.
It's
How
probably
about
just a
this year we
coincidence.
call the
It probably is
trophy?
just a coincidence.
We call Live Pro the Timmy Pro.
No, but Ange, what I'm saying is they're always coming at you by saying, "Oh, you did this last year, you did that last year,"
Yeah, but
you
Max
know,
did last time.
whatever.
Well, all I feel is Max has a lot to answer for because it came from her fucking mouth. End of.
It's
Right, get
just
Max. We're all gonna happy slap her. Where's this Max live?
Fuck's sake.
I've never heard so much about this Max in all my life. Didn't even know she exists. And also, check this, yeah? Let's be real. When this exposure comes out of Tim, do we care about Tim like that? Let's be honest. I don't even know who Tim is. So when they're exposing this dude, I wouldn't have even listened. So who were they exposing? I'm still not buying that they were exposing Tim. They've used Tim as an excuse. They weren't out in Tim. They were out in someone else. You know what Pearl's like? Me babby, this, that, bullshit. Yous were going to out someone else. This is going to come out to be something else. I'm telling you, it's making me itch.
Listen, they were confused. Either it was Dame or it was Tim. They didn't know what to do or who it was that they were talking about. It's coincidental that Dame and the whole clique that's in that circle went a bit quiet on the app while it was being said about Tim. And everyone was like, "Oh my God, I'm going off. I'm not continuing my life." And
Well,
all
do you
that.
know what?
But
Do you
then
know what?
all of a sudden,
Well, do you know what? Do you know what? Right, just goes to show how vile, vindictive, and what real people they actually are. To
They're
come
not
up with
real.
Smiles.
They're not
something
real.
like that.
we,
They're not real
Smiles,
people.
we knew that.
And
You know
check
what I
what
mean.
we've missed. Check what we've missed. This is the part that I missed. Okay, cool. Max knows that my man's passed away now. What's his name, Tim? Why didn't Max just open her own live and tell everyone? Why did Max catch the bus to EQ's live and tell EQ? Why didn't she just tell the whole fucking app herself? What's it got to do with EQ?
James, the best about it is, she said it was a text message she received. She didn't even speak to anyone in person. Didn't
Oh, I
even
don't know
speak
where
to
she's got this
anyone
script
on
from
the
tonight,
phone.
but she's... Oh my
I could
God.
have sent her a text message saying that.
Exactly.
But also, there was parts that she weren't going to read out. I mean, someone's just faked his own death. You'd read out everything, wouldn't you?
That's
Exactly.
like me saying that I'm dead and I'm not dead. Like, come on, guys. That is, like, not normal. Someone's going to see me go into the shop, like, instantly. They're going to be like, Gemsy, you know, like, how am I going to fake that I'm dead unless I fucking live in the back bedroom all my life? Like,
Do you know
I
what's
don't
more
get...
upsetting? Do you know what's really, really upsetting? That people do actually take their own life. Why fucking lie about shit like
100%.
that? It's disgusting.
Yeah, exactly.
And why would you want to be that person that's lied about it? Imagine I lie about being passed away and then a week later I'm not passed away. You're just going to be like, Gemma, why did you say you passed away?
The worst about it is, it's
Like,
the
what
ones
the
on this
fuck?
app that run about with it. These people on this app seem to know more about other people's business than they know themselves. And if that guy is passed, go arrest him. And if he isn't, well, it's crazy that people are running about telling these stories on this app.
Also, just think if they're prepared to go this low on something, it just
Crazy.
goes to show what people they are.
Nah, it's crazy.
It's sick.
It's proper crazy. Like, and do you know what's weird? EQ says there's going to be a series about this shit, and we're all here. Oh my God. I wonder who's going to play my part when I'm passed away.
Do you know what makes me mad though? Is that people could actively see Angie in an
Breaking
upset.
down.
Exactly.
Disgusting. Crawling on the wall. She
Yep.
couldn't believe it. Her
People
breath was
could-
gone. The whole
Yeah.
the whole chat was, it was the worstest thing to watch. It was really like it was happening in real life. I was thinking, this is fucked. I just wanted to get inside the app and just scream, everyone, what are we gonna do? Like,
But yeah,
It's why I cap on when
Oh,
when Ange
fuck.
got the information. I cap on saying in the comments, please someone phone her, please someone phone her, and say stop,
yeah.
just focus.
Yeah, I see it.
but you see, they all did. They all saw how Angie was, right? But they still carried on. There was not one person
It was so weird.
other than us lot here that were genuinely concerned. Everybody else was like, why is she making it about herself? Why is it this? Why is it that?
So weird. That
I'm
day,
So
sure
weird that she
it
threw up a
again.
live.
that's so weird.
Why throw up a live when you can't tell the truth? Why put a live up about someone's passing or someone faked their lives if you can't tell the honest truth? You haven't spoke to none of the family whatsoever, so we're going on hearsay on you.
Ugh, it's just disgusting. Yo, I'm gonna be honest. This app. Remember, I'm actually a grown woman. I'm 43. As
I mean,
much as
does
I
he
act like
even have?
an
Can I ask you a
idiot,
question? Does he even have an
this
illness?
is
Is that a lie?
disgusting.
Is
This
that
is
a lie
what I'm
as well that he's got
saying.
an illness? Because that's what he had told Paigey, baby.
And 1 minute it's the liver, next minute it's the kidneys. And remember, I don't know nothing about the body. But while they're telling this story and I'm writing bits and bobs down, I'm thinking, I'm sure they said the kidneys. Then I look back and they did. Now it's changed to the lungs. And I'm thinking, what? Even I've just clocked that that's a lie.
Listen,
Literally.
they faked his death. If they can do that, they can do anything.
But do you know what? At this point, right? And I'm not saying this to big Angie up at anything, but no wonder
Look how
she
strong she is.
no wonder she asked for fucking proof. This is just absolute carnage. I cannot
Yeah,
get my head
exactly.
around any of
I
it.
think this
We
has
can't
made
trust
Angie
anybody's
so
word.
strong.
Eternity. I'll give you a call because there was some other information. Right.
At the end of the day, I don't think anyone should listen to someone passing unless it comes from a family's mouth. And that's it. From a family's mouth saying it. Don't go on hearsay because it's someone's friend on TikTok that wants to fire up a live and say that this one's passed or this one's alive. Don't do that. Go on the absolute truth from the family, not someone that claims to be a friend.
I'm just talking from my how I feel. I've cried over the last few days. I couldn't get my head around it. I just keep hearing his voice and stuff like that. It's affecting me, and he was just a friend of a friend of a friend.
And
Do you know what I
another
mean?
thing.
Tim, I love the guy. Do you know what I mean? He's affected a lot of people by doing this, not just me or
Did
the next
EQ
person.
know
A lot
about
of
it? There's
people.
another question. Did he?
Yes.
Because he came into
No,
my
she
box,
didn't.
called me a murderer, and laughed. A strange reaction to someone passing that she came in and did that and laughed about it. And then next minute, it's got Max in her box.
This is why I said she was vile for jumping in your box and making you feel like that.
You know what? I'm
And-
starting to think it's a big storyline.
And when Max was moaning about you, saying that about your messages, EQ said, "Oh, that's probably because I called her the M word." But Max didn't pull her up on it. If that was me, I'd be like, "What the fuck? Why are you saying shit like that?"
Yeah, exactly.
She didn't. She ignored it.
And can I just address something? Just for the comments, it is. Yes, I put up a post. Yes, with the mental health helplines on either side, and I said my condolences to Tim, his friends, and his family, and his real friends. But I will take that down if it's wrong. But that's me as a person. That's me being me as a person, showing I have a heart, showing my condolences. Not like the rest of you saying, "Oh, you just believed it." Listen, that shows I have a heart. If
Johnny,
someone's
you
gone,
need to keep the numbers up, Johnny. Actually, because you know what? There's people that will
check
scroll through
this.
you.
Guess who else is involved in this story, which I find very strange? Yeah? When I was listening to the other side, guess who's really involved in this? That Georgia. Now, where Georgia lies, the devil lies. She's the devil. Now, if she's involved, why is she involved? Okay, cool. She speaks to Paigey, and Paigey had something going on with that Timmy, and Timmy was saying things to Paigey or some things like that, yeah? However, why is Georgia involved? Wherever Georgia or that Kieran are involved, it's always an underlying TikTok storyline. Fact.
Who's Georgia?
I'm going to kick
Georgia, the one that
sleep.
Georgia, the ex-copper that used to come in here and always try and advise Angie.
she goes by a couple of
After
names,
say,
doesn't she?
right.
Right.
Went
So
by a couple of
I
I
don't
names,
believe
didn't
she
she?
was an. I don't even believe she was an ex-police officer.
No, she's not.
There
She's
we
not.
go then.
I
She's
can't
not.
get around any of it. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
There we go then.
Do you have a look at the Discord message?
It's all very strange. I haven't even listened to the videos, but I will listen to them, you know, and then play them tomorrow on my FYP.
Yeah, I think that's probably the best bet. You need to
But
listen
I
to
don't want
everything
to. You
she
know what,
said tonight.
Eternity? I don't want to hear from Max. I want to hear from Tim.
Yeah, yeah.
Because, like I said, yeah, there's going to be some other questions coming out soon. I want to hear from Tim.
From what I can gather, what they said tonight, he's not in a fit state to be able to talk about it, and obviously, yeah, rightfully so.
He's not in a
If
fit
he can-
state. How is he not in a fit state?
He's under help, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, is that another lie?
I don't know.
Well, if he
So watch this, Angie. Remember the Kira story with the baby the other day?
That cousin, yeah, Kira cousin, that one.
Yeah. It's like the Kira story
listen
without
to
the
you.
baby in it.
Gemma, it's not going to get that much attraction than that story got. So if they thought it was going to get that attraction, it's not.
if
Yeah,
he
It's
can,
just a
we know
sick
that.
thing that they've done, an absolute sick thing that they've done, and a sick thing that the people involved around him. Listen, there's got to be people that knew what was going on. There's got to be people that knew what was going on there.
listen, if he can fake his own death, he could do anything.
Everyone's saying he's been sexually
Disgusting, man.
claimed Max tonight. Apparently, that makes sense.
And do you know what makes me feel sick? Even though he's not from here or this, that, and the other, he lives wherever. It could be anyone in the world, yeah. He's got neighbours. So his neighbours know that he's faking his death on the internet to people. That's what you know how my neighbours walk past, they're like, oh, there's Gemma dancing, you know, she's probably on with Brett Boy or whoever. They get involved. Yes, Gemma, rare. To their neighbours and public people around them, no. Like, I wouldn't want to be stood in a shop next to a neighbour that's telling people they're dead. Like, that's weird to me. Like, I think weird. Like, imagine one of your neighbours is pretending on the internet to millions of people that they're passed away, but in the street they're going, morning. What?
One sec, Mike, you're not in the box. You have to request.
Because they're sick in the head, that's why.
Gemma, that's it, right?
No,
Because
it's
he could
really,
come back.
really,
Right, so, right,
it's
okay.
really
he's not-
making me feel sick.
Yeah, okay, he's not, Max said he's not dead, he's alive. He's never going to be able to come back onto TikTok and be credible and never anybody ever trust him again. So what was the point? I don't get it. It's weird.
Because he had no intentions of coming back, Eternity. Because he was done with TikTok. So he decided to go out with a bang. You know what I mean?
So why was he
Because
doing
they're gonna,
TikTok?
like I said, it's nothing to do with my pro-life. It was to do with the exposure. They were going to expose him.
Angie, have
No,
you
Ange, I don't agree with that whatsoever. I don't agree with your way of thinking whatsoever. Because why was then Dame involved, and then why were they talking about money, and why were they talking about charities and stuff like that, and why was he talking about the A1 form and shit like that done? So I don't believe it's a part of that. Oh, I'm just going to go out and claim himself as dead. I think there's more to the story there.
The other question
Well, if
is...
he's going to be exposed, you're going to be exposed for a liar, isn't it? He said he was a solicitor and all this crap.
But the
Hi,
other question
Mikey.
is, if they've been in a relationship for so long, why now was it brought to the... like within one... Nobody knew there was a
But guys, you've got
relationship.
to really think logically about it, because he did this. Tim did this after he was in Luke's box questioning him, right? People call him a liar. He was in Gossip Girl's box and all this, right? Then he's heard talk it down saying that he's going to do a disposal on him, and he's got 5 p.m. to bring his evidence. You know, you've got all of this, so he's thinking, shit, I'm going to be exposed for not being a solicitor. He's going to get caught on his lies. He's a liar, isn't he? And he's going to be exposed for that. So what was he going to do? He's going to leave the app. And for them to stop the exposure is to say he's dead.
But I'm just going to say it how it is. It must have been something pretty bad then, if he was going to expose something that he'd have to go
Well,
to
yeah, he
extreme.
wasn't a lawyer.
There
There
we
kind of shit he
go.
lied about.
There we
Ange,
go.
but he said he was in a virtual relationship with this thing, for 6 months or so, or plus or whatever, plus or minus whatever it was, and he knew all his addresses and stuff like that. So if he knew all this nonsense about him, why hasn't he been on the app? Why has he run and been in silence?
Hello?
Hi, Mikey.
Hi, Angie. I hope you're alright.
Yeah,
Anyway,
yeah.
let's debunk half the shit that's running me, right? Because I've sat and spoke to Max for ages, right? This 15 minutes, whatever it's going to be, a load of crap, right? Max, if you watch the FYP, Angie, you'll see it in the clear in the video going along a timeline. Max was informed at 8 o'clock in the
I can't
morning.
hear you.
So,
The mic's very
Mikey, one
muffled.
sec. There's a bit of a noise, like it's a bit
sorry,
hard to hear you.
can you hear me?
Yeah, there's a bit of an echo. You try again.
Mute up, Johnny.
Hello?
Oh, let's mute everybody. It might be other people. Okay, there you go. Go try now.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, that's it.
Is that better?
Yeah.
So everybody's running with this narrative, so I'll just try it for a bit. You'll see it tomorrow if you're going to play it anyway, right? But firstly, Max found out at 8 o'clock on Tuesday morning, and she got that message. This is the part that people are missing, right? She got a message from supposedly Tim's sister, right? Saying that I took a OD of pills and it was in the hospital. Now remember, Paige got this message, Alicia got this message. It wasn't just Max. There was numerous people got these messages saying that he had, took this. Then remember, from Tuesday morning at 8 o'clock, so which would have been whatever time New York time, because they're 5 hours behind or 6 hours. So that went all day. Max was getting messages all day Tuesday. And then I spoke to Max about 4 o'clock, and that's when he was told he was getting taken off his machine. Now, Paige and that got these messages as well. So people were getting them, right? So anyway, the sister was mentioning all day, supposedly. Then, Max and Billy were going in to speak at Dame and Carol's box. While they were going into the box, that's when they were informed that Tim had passed. Paige and that got the messages as well. So, obviously, that's when Billy had said, look, we found out he's passed. Obviously, stuff had happened at night. Now, Max has been getting messages from the sister, all the weird messages. You'll see this on that, the more when you look at it. I'm not recording. Max then got a message from Tim's brother because somebody had messaged Tim's brother or something like that. And Tim's brother messaged Max and had sat and said that Tim's still alive. Now, all this time, remember, in between, people are wondering, is this Tim on the phone? So this was already going on behind the scenes, wondering, is it Tim? You know what I mean? Because it was being fishy. It was just something was weird about it all. So then his brothers came on and sat and said, Tim's alive. Tim's supposedly come off his medication and he's in a psychotic state kind of thing. And he was found away from home. So now he's in a psychiatric ward. And people are still questioning that because why would you have a phone? But you've got to remember the sister was supposedly messaging off Tim's phone, but it wasn't. Tim was in a psychotic state, and it was actually Tim pretending to be his sister, messaging everybody else and Max. So do you get what I'm roughly saying? But it's this 15 minutes everybody's run away. It was 15 minutes and gone. It's like, no, this had been going on for 8 o'clock in the morning all the way through. You're going in America in time too. But everything's no hearsay, Johnny, because one
If you're in a psychotic episode, having some kind of psychotic episode, you're not going to be able to write the messages you're writing and say.
Yeah. That's what we're saying, Angie. You wouldn't be able to write the messages. So that's probably another bit of lies that Tim is saying. Get what I mean? So it's been going on. So there's no being a storyline. There's no storyline going on. Because if that's the case, the whole app would need to be in a storyline apart from you. Because everybody else was getting messages.
So can I just interrupt a bit,
You know
Mike?
what? Can I just tell you what I believe here, right? I believe that he faked his death because of all of this that's happening on the app. He's decided to leave the app. He faked his death. There's nothing mentally wrong with him. I don't think he's been sectioned. I don't think it's any of that, but his brother's come up with some kind of, to protect him, to make out that it's his mental health, he's not in a well place and all this kind of shit. I think he's just made a really big mistake because maybe he was, put into a corner where, he was going to be exposed and they're going to find out he's not a lawyer, they're going to find out this, he was, what was he going to do? Everyone's going to expose him for what, for him just being a liar, I suppose. So he faked his own death, and it's that simple, but nothing's wrong with him mentally. That's just my opinion.
No, we think the same. Nothing's wrong with him mentally in that sense. But at the same time, if somebody, for example, if Max that were involved of exposing him, Tim phoned Max tonight on the phone and she spoke to him. So, yeah.
Yeah,
he came on very, disorientated. Asked, if you watch the videos, you'll see all this. Asked if Dame was still alive, and then Max went after her, and then she asked because she wasn't wanting to speak to Tim, she wanted to speak to his brother, obviously for clarification. And Tim said to Max, his brother was away to get him food. So if Max and that's in about exposing him, why would Tim phone Max? And plus, he's been in contact with Dame at some point. So if these people are due to expose him, why are you contacting the people that are going to expose him? Do you know what I mean? It's weird for everybody. That there's no just one person involved. There's hundreds. He sent messages out. And obviously, if you're in a psychotic state, you cannot be sending all these messages out to people, long messages, in a psychotic state. So that's another lie. So if you go on one of the FY pages, whatever it is, you'll see each bit of what Max explained, what she's been getting for about the past 72 hours from Tim, because it's came out that it was Tim messaging from his phone. But his brother contacted Max from a different number, which, I'm not being horrible, I have my feeling that could be Tim pretending to be the brother. And that's why Max had asked to speak to the brother, but it wasn't it, it was Tim phoned off that number. Because if you phone Tim's number's cut off.
Sorry, did you just say that she asked to speak to the brother and Tim answered? And she spoke to Tim instead?
The number that contacted Max, that said that it was the brother. He said he was the brother, and obviously whatever you see that. When Max said, because the brother had said, do you want to speak to Tim? And Max was like, no, I want to speak to you. Because obviously if he's not in a mental state, why would I want to speak to him? So she waited on a phone call, and then she didn't get, she got the phone call, and it was actually Tim that came on the phone.
So that brother could indeed be Tim?
That's what we're saying, yeah. It could be, because there's no evidence of the brother coming on the phone. That's what we're saying.
Oh my God, it gets worse.
You're phoning off another number to Max, saying that you're the brother. Max had said, I want to speak to the brother. Tim then phoned Max. She said, I don't want to speak to you because you're not meant to be in a mental state. Put your brother on. And Tim said the brother was away for food. And she told me F off and hung up. So do you get what I mean? It's everybody's thinking along the same lines. Nobody's sitting behind the scenes going, oh, by the way, believe that he's passed. Everybody's been piecing it together, kind of thing, to go, this is no real. There's something no adding up here. And that's when it's came out. But I think what people's getting the point of, it's actually Tim that's done the lying. By messaging people pretending to be his sister, and he's no. And then he's done it again by pretending technically to be the brother, but nobody's actually spoke to the brother.
So I'm going to say, I'll try and say overall. So the messages that Max were getting from the sister was a fake. Then the brother just come out of nowhere and said, this is what's happened, he's still alive, he was in Southampton. So the brother can be a fake as well. So it could be Tim behind all of it.
Yep.
Yeah.
100%, yeah. Because Max just got a number. She's like, I've got a New York number messaging me. And she asked who it was, because they're like, is this Max from TikTok? And she was like, who are you? You'll see it anyway on the FYP page. And then I think she said, is that you, whoever the brother was? And he said, aye. And then I think he even said in one of the messages, do you want to speak to Tim? Now, obviously, if your brother's obviously been sectioned, why the fuck would you put him on the phone? Do you get what I mean? That does not make sense at all. So that part was another one where you're like, what's going on? And
because
if you're withdrawn for medication, You get what I mean? It's like meant to have been 3 days. I think he went missing on the Monday, supposedly, and then they found him the day. Do you
Yeah,
get what I mean?
and from what Max was saying, just earlier on, when she got the message from the brother, he was in no state to talk, walk, do anything. He was just lost in his own. So how can he be? Yeah, I don't get this.
You know what I'm saying? That's what we're saying as well. It's like it does not make sense. How would you, if your brother's in a state and being sectioned or put in a psychiatric ward, how are you there with him with a mobile phone and say, here, go and speak to Max? Why would you even say to somebody, go and speak to Max, if your brother's in a state that's not meant to be there? So then that's when Max was like, I'm not speaking to you. I want to speak to your brother. Like, oh, sorry, I want to speak to you, not Tim. And then she got the call from Tim, but he was acting I'm not saying acting. He was being disoriented, like asked if Dame was still alive, and then she said, I don't want to speak to you. I want to speak to the brother, your brother, and he turned and said the brother was away for food.
Did you just say asked if Dane was still alive?
Yeah.
Why would you ask?
I don't know. Ask Tim that. That's what Tim asked. So do you know what I've been saying? But it's all totally like fucked up.
So basically, we've listened to Tim for 3 years plus, and we've all been duped.
Yeah, everybody has. And it's what somebody said there too. The passport he sent Luke's been fake. And then I don't know if maybe there was something about no face, but another passport, but the date of birth was different. So this whole thing's just all been total fucked up.
People are saying in the comments he's done it before.
Well, I've heard this, but I've never seen anything to it because at 2023, a lot of people were into him. So I don't know. I've seen 2023, so I don't know.
Yeah, this is what I heard earlier. So Johnny said the same thing. I can't remember where I heard it, but it was on I don't know if it was on a video or something. Johnny, where did you hear the same thing?
We've seen similar parts.
It came from Toxic Dan on Toxic Dan's live. That's where it came from. He's done it before. There's a video out there saying he's done it before on Toxic Dan's live.
Oh, yeah, in 2023 apparently.
Yeah, Toxic Dan dressed up as like a fortune teller. The video's out there on the FYP. And he claims he's done it before in, I think it's 21 or 22, something like that anyway. And he was spouting out different stuff. I don't know if it's true what he was spouting out, the stuff he was spouting out, but Toxic Dan spouted it out earlier.
Right, we need a call. I can't do it. I can't get my head around this. We need a call.
I'm gonna drop down because my morphine's kicking in, so I'll see you a little bit later.
If you watch some more the more Angie, okay? Put it in.
See you later.
Or if you feel what I mean, if you watch it, the movie, you get to see me at a timeline and stuff. But the messages people were getting was actually from my sister, and as I say, it wasn't just Max that got it. Like Mims got it. Was it Paige, Alicia? They all got this message too that he'd supposedly passed and stuff like that. And then his brother has came on, which we didn't care if that's real or no. But he's the one that's came on actually, sorry, and said that Tim's still alive. So it's just trying to put it in a wee bit more perspective, if you get what I mean.
Well, the only advice I can give to Max right now, or anybody that's in contact with Tim, is block the fucking number, because that's weird. I can't deal with this.
Well, I think maybe the point what Max wanted to do was find out and go, what is going on, kind of. Okay, like, why would you do this stuff? And obviously, it was Tim that phoned, but she wanted to hear it from the brother. You know what I mean? It'd be like, is he actually on a psych ward? And I'm not being horrible. I even said to Max, get him to turn the camera on and see that he's in there. Because how can somebody on a mobile phone, if your brother's in a psych ward, and why would you put him on that phone call if he's know that all they're in the fairies?
Mikey, can I ask a question? Who has confirmed that they were talking to his sister?
Nobody has messages.
So we're going on hearsay again.
Well, you're saying going on hearsay, but it's coming from Tim's phone. But on Tim's phone, it said it's his sister. So that's Tim's number and Tim's mobile.
So is it? It's definitely confirmed that it's Tim's sister that's giving this information across.
No, I don't think you get confused. So it was Tim's number, and
Tim's number,
and then whoever was writing on it was saying they were his sister.
Okay, so no one can confirm. So no one has actually physically, or no one has a recording or nothing at all to confirm that they're actually talking to anyone to do with Tim's family.
No. For all we know, Tim could go on 10 numbers pretending to be fucking Rob Bob, fucking
Yeah,
Burke, and it's him behind them all.
yeah,
Well,
okay.
it's been him, but obviously behind his sister. But this other number that contacted Safety Max that he's a lie. But then again, as I say, when Max got the phone call and answered it, thinking it was his brother, it was Tim.
So apparently, Dame seems to know a lot about him and knows the addresses and stuff that the family have and stuff. So surely he knows a wee bit more information than the rest know on the app. So why hasn't he came forward and sort of elaborated a bit more?
I don't know how much Dame kens. I don't know what he's received as a messages wise, so I don't know. I think he was on live on earlier, but I don't know what he said. So I don't know. John, even the police are involved. With the police are involved, they'll do it.
I mean, there was a lot of money in and stuff involved, and that's where the shit hit the fan, really, and that's where stuff started coming out, and that's where the relationships started coming out. So surely he should come forward and be a bit more vocal, don't you think so?
Well, look, Dame's went live earlier. People are saying, so I don't know what he's come out and said. You would need to speak to Dame on that. I don't know about money lies, but I'm not being horrible. Would it push you enough to tell people that they passed away?
No, I think he needs to be a bit more vocal about his interaction with him. Then, if that's the case, because he seems to know a lot, and this is where it stemmed from.
Well, all I can say is there's something somewhere along the lines to make somebody go around an app and pretend that you've passed away and go that deep. And especially, I would understand if you'd done it to one person or just gave them that message, but when you're going around an app and getting multiple people the same message or nearly the same message, and then putting the obituary up that then was taken straight down, and we name and getting this lies, that's not somebody that's in a should I say, that's supposedly in a mental state because they're writing all these messages with a few spelling mistakes to kind of put you off track. So that's not somebody that's coming off medication and in a mental state, if you get what I'm saying. To be able to write all these messages in a kind of good context. And then
And
see
it's
what's
surely
wrong.
not a barrister or a solicitor if they're doing that.
Correct. And obviously it's made a bit calculated if you're trying to mix up names to make it look like this sister didn't know anything, but this sister was seeing all her TikTok going on live on his account. He was and then plus he was active on WhatsApp at certain times.
The thing that still stands out for me is because Dame is still involved with this, but he's been very, very quiet for the few days that this was going on. His whole circle was very, very quiet on this and took a back seat, and everyone wanted to shut their lives down and stuff. The whole circle, the boxes he gets in and out of, all went quiet, and now all of a sudden it's changed. So I don't know what really to believe.
But that's what people are saying, though. As I say, I think Dame was live earlier, but I don't know what's explained. I've never seen that live, so obviously you wouldn't speak.
But there was exposure supposed to be held on Dame, but they didn't go ahead all of a sudden.
I think there was stuff to go on and speak about. I'm just I don't know. I think that was to do with Pearl, and as I say, you need to speak to them on that.
I mean, because Toxic Dan and Pearl wanted to run this exposure. They said it was on Dame, and then it was proved that it was going to be on Tim, but they didn't really make their mind up of who it was going to be on. So, what really is the people to believe?
Well, I'm not being horrible, but if somebody's been, all these people are friends with this person and they're saying that they're getting told that he's passed away, then obviously I'm not being horrible. That's somebody there's something wrong there. There's nobody going to make this up as a storyline. If you look at that earlier, Johnny, when everybody was outraged because they had all received messages as well. The time they had passed, the messages that his team was going to get turned off. So there's a lot of people that are angry about it. So for it to be a storyline, I think it'd be a very, very sick storyline of going along a TikTok story. But as I turned to say, as a lot of people are saying in the comments, you need to actually go back and look at it all. And if Dame's been live, if it's on FYP, maybe see what his side to say. Look at like what.
Yeah, I think we have to watch it all.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you watch all kind of in sequence, Angie, you've got to maybe a bit clearer picture of it all. You know what I mean? And you'll understand kind of going along. And there's other people, as I say, that spoke on it and they've received messages and stuff like that from Tim's account that was his sister, but it really wasn't. It was Tim.
Yeah, so you said not long ago that he messaged Alicia and a few others. What have they said about it? If they getting the same messages that Max has been getting then?
I don't know about the full ones, but I think they got the message. I definitely think Paige got the message. I've seen her on the live, and I think it was she put the screenshot up that she got the message that we're going to turn his machine off, and she got the message that she had passed, and it was the same time. I think that Max was told to, if you can't, I mean the timing, that what time he had passed. So, Sophie, whatever it is, imagine if you've got an iPhone, you could write that message and send it to 5 people at the same time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What I'm asking is, so did they get the message that Tim wasn't in the best place, and Tim sent them that, or is it from the sister?
Can you say that again?
Did they get the message from Tim himself that he wasn't in the best place and that he's, he might do this, or did they get the message that he passed from the sister?
The only thing that I can is that it was passed, and it wasn't until Max's came on the night and let it all out that people have found out that he was alive. Because as far as I'm aware, Max is the only one that's received from the other number that supposedly was the brother and had said that he's alive. You've got to remember within messages too, which was fishy, which was going on behind the scenes with people like what. There was quite a few messages saying, just say it like. Just tell people what they want and say he's alive in Mexico. I mean, what sister says that? You know what I mean?
When you said other number, what does that mean?
That it's another New York number. Tim's number has been closed and cut off. Max received a call saying, a message saying, is this Max from TikTok from another US number?
Okay.
If you get what I mean. So then obviously she was going back and forward. He said he was a brother. She asked to speak to the brother because obviously she's like, I've just had enough of this. When she got the phone call, it was actually Tim. She said obviously she didn't want to speak to him. She wanted to speak to the brother because he was supposedly incoherent and couldn't speak. There was no sister messaging at all. It's been Tim off his phone. That's where all the messages have come from. Tim's phone and him pretending to be his sister in that phone and the messages. Then there was another number. Tim's number's been now closed down. There's another number that contacted Max, was pretending to be the brother. As I say, when she answered the phone, it was Tim.
But surely if you phone someone and they're supposed to be passed and they answer the phone, surely you're going to go at them and have a conversation with them. You wouldn't say, no, I don't want to talk to you. I want to talk to your sister or your brother. Surely you would talk to that person.
But why would you want to speak to somebody, Henry, by this point if you're finding that information that's not adding up, but you're presuming still that they're passed?
Listen, but the main thing is, if someone tells me they're passed, right, and I phone their phone, if I know someone's passed,
No, Johnny, but the fact you're forgetting,
if they answer the phone,
you're jumping in though. But listen to what I've just said, right? When that number messaged her, it didn't phone straight away, and the number had said asking us if it was Max. Max was like, yes, sorry for your loss. He's like, I've got something to tell you. Tim is alive. So if somebody then tells you that, you're not going to be like, what the F? So then,
but surely she has spoke with him previously on the phone, so she knows the voice and stuff. So surely you would recognize the voice straight away, and you would have the conversation and say, what the fuck are you at?
No, because when she answered the phone...
No, you would.
But Johnny, listen to me. When she answered the phone, no one spoke. So she was like, hello, hello. And then supposedly him in a coherent state was like a grunty hello. So she's like, what the fuck's going on?
It doesn't really add up to me, because surely she had to have a conversation there. There had to be a response there.
You're trying to do
There
a
had to
kiss
be,
with
no, 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 no. Listen, there has to be someone else on the other end of the phone. When you were talking to them,
Yes.
there had to be someone that you're talking to. So
She
you have to
spoke to
respond to
Tim.
someone.
She spoke to Tim. She wasn't
So
expecting.
why didn't she just go, okay, Tim's alive. Why would you say I need to talk to your brother?
Because he's meant to be in an incoherent state.
But he was able to speak to her.
He was, oh Lord, Johnny. He was speaking in an incoherent state. He said, "Is Dame still alive?" And then she said, "I don't want to speak to you. I want to speak to your brother." And then the brother, Tim said the brother's away for food. She told him to F off and hung up. If that's one of your friends, would you not want to find out the truth and go, what the fuck is going on? Because I'm getting told you've passed, I'm getting a message from this number saying that it's your brother that knew you're alive, and I'm coming on a phone expecting to speak to a brother, and it's you I'm speaking to. Would you not be like, what the fuck?
I'll be speaking straight away and saying, what are you at? What are you playing
That
at?
part could come later, but I would imagine anybody would be shocked to hear that voice to go
No, I'd
and
be straight away. What are you at?
But you would do though, because obviously it's like that. But if somebody's speaking to you incoherent, you're sitting there going, "What the fuck?"
Incoherent. Listen, this Max doesn't even know him inside out.
How would she not kind of outside out, Johnny?
He's met him once in London.
Johnny, they speak on the phone that each day, but
They
nobody
speak on the phone. She's met him
You
once
could
in
speak
London.
to Angie
She
all day.
doesn't know the fella.
Do you know Angie? You could speak to her here all day. She doesn't know you.
Exactly.
Cheers, Johnny.
And I don't claim to know Angie either.
Right.
But she's met him once.
But Johnny, you keep going for Max. You have to go for the whole app. You would
No, I
have to go for
don't.
Paige,
I
yeah,
don't.
you
It came
would.
from Max.
How did
I
it come
don't.
from Max?
It came from Max.
It came from Max because Max came out earlier, but everybody was.
She was the one that brought it to the app and caused the mayhem and accused people,
Johnny.
which she shouldn't have done.
But you're going back to that. But you're saying she brought.
No, I'm not. I'm sticking with that.
Everybody got the same messages.
No, no, no.
Johnny.
It came from Max.
Yes.
She accused people,
What are you talking
and
about?
she was in the wrong.
Accuse people of what?
She accused people of him taking his own life.
Well, that's up to her, John, if she's in
No,
shock.
it's not up to her.
Yeah,
It's
and it's not
disgusting.
to you either to sit and judge either. Do you even know half the story? You've sat up here and spouted the most utter shit.
No, I haven't.
Yes,
I've
you have.
questioned.
You ran with your
I've
own narrative.
questioned.
You
I've
ran.
questioned.
Listen, you sat there and ran with your own narrative and sat and said, "This is a
Not at all.
storyline."
I've
Max is
questioned.
in on a storyline. Well, that means the whole fucking app needs to be in on one.
I've questioned. Don't accuse someone in the wrong. Max
Right, and you
accused
know what,
someone
Johnny? See
in
where
the
you're
wrong.
at it. Don't
She
make up
done the
your own
blame game.
storyline,
It
Johnny.
didn't work.
Don't make up your own storylines either. Get the facts first before you think you know.
Listen, you don't even know the facts, do you?
I think I know more facts than you. Yes.
What is the facts?
The facts that Johnny, you go and look for yourself, mate.
None of you know the
Yes.
facts. None of you know the facts. Not even Max knows the facts.
Just like you don't know
Because
the
if it
facts.
comes from the family, then you'll know. This is TikTok. It's bollocks on TikTok. You know nothing.
Okay, John, if it
You know
comes
one
from
the
the
same as me.
listen,
You don't
if it
know what the
comes from
truth
the
is.
family, if it comes from the family, she'll know, even though she spoke to Tim, okay?
What family?
Well, you just said it'll only be the truth if it's the family. But Tim, she
What
spoke
family?
to, so I think that kind of comes.
Has you spoke to
that he's
Tim's family?
alive. Yes, his sister sent a message.
Can she prove that? Because she
could
proved
prove it
that
if
he
she
was
wants
dead.
to, Johnny.
She
But you
proved
know
that he was
what, Johnny?
dead 2 days ago.
You prove that she's
She
wrong.
said he was dead 2 days ago, and we're supposed to believe she's talked to the family. Are you fucking
Johnny,
serious?
She wasn't the fucking only one that thought he was dead 2 days ago.
She brought it to the app. She was the one that opened her mouth.
Correct.
She was the one that accusing people.
And it's not true, is it, Johnny? Because it was all
Yeah,
a
it is
lie.
true.
And where did the lie come from?
Max.
What do you mean? So the lie came through Max? Okay, Johnny. Okay.
Max. Max said he was dead.
Right, okay, so Max said live. You run with that, Johnny, okay? Well, but remember, see when you're asking this, Johnny, remember ask Paige, remember ask Alicia, and remember ask Listen, I remember
Listen.
ask Mims.
She was
See
the
all the
focal one.
messages you got, Johnny. Make
She
sure you
was
got it
the
off
focal
Max.
one,
But remember,
accusing
make sure
people
you got it
and
off
turning
Max.
people.
Listen, remember, make sure that they all got it off
Listen,
Max because
she
she's
was
the
the
one that
one
made up the
accusing
lies,
people and
remember.
turning people and running with
Johnny,
us.
you just sat and said she's the one that made up the lies. So you
Yeah,
remember what you said,
100%.
right? Right, okay, you stick with that, right?
She might have heard
Until it
mouth.
comes back that it's not Johnny, it's up to you. Bullshit, right? Angie, I'll let you get to sleep, love. Congratulations on your life, bro. You can't speak with it. Have a
Good
great
to
day.
speak to you, Mikey. Take care.
See you later.
Bye.
I'm gonna go to bed now, guys. I'm knackered.
Ange, have a fantastic night and get some
Thank you,
rest.
everybody.
And well done
Everyone's
for
support.
life, bro.
Thank you, Johnny. Thank you, Zan. Thank you, Tim. Big up,
Big
everybody.
love to
Thank
the
you.
call.
We'll speak a bit about it tomorrow, guys. But I've got to go to bed. I'm knackered.
Go on, babes. You get some
Hi,
rest. You
everyone.
deserve it.
All right, guys. See you in the morning. Or when.